Hi, I'm Beth Meyer, the Executive Director at ICAM, and I have two of my favorite volunteers here who produce shows. We have Paul Valcour, who does two shows on a regular basis, COA Today and Grumpy Old Men Cooking. And we have Dave Welsh here, who has done a variety of things, but most recently, What's My Line?
He could be in Grumpy Old Men Cooking too.
He could.
I am.
Are you
yes.
grumpy enough?
Enough, yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Beth. Now, Paul.
Yes.
You are an underrated person in my show. You're not on camera. You do everything I ask you to do. You're my omnibusman, which means a guy who can do anything.
Yeah.
And you never get any credit for it. Today you're getting credit for it.
Oh.
All right. We are presenting you a plaque.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
ICAM Ipswich and Pixie Video Productions Certificate of Merit.
Oh my.
Awarded to Paul Valcour for his substantial efforts to ensure the professionalism in producing the What's My Line 2023 program. He accepted the thankless task of omnibusman for the production team. We thank Paul for being the unsung hero of the show. Signed this 10th of August, 2023, Beth Meyer, co-producer, Dave Welsh.
Oh my goodness.
Co-producer.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my man. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness.
And now on with our regular show.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that, David. It's like cool. Now I gotta figure out where to hang it. There we go.
Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel.
Welcome to ICAM Ipswich and Pixie Video Productions' 4th episode of What's My Line 2023. Here is our panel for today's show. Debbie Taves is a panel member. She has done video voiceovers and participated in the Family Feud TV program. She has recently returned from work at Ipswich's Town Hall. We apologize to Debbie because we've misplaced her nameplate, so today she's just a guest. Debbie?
Well, good morning, and on my left is Gary Rogers, owner and operator of one of the premier breweries north of Boston, True North Ale Company.
Thank you, Debbie. And on my left is former newspaper editor and renowned photographer, Coco McCabe. Coco is also a frequent contributor to the Ipswich Local News.
Thank you. And on my left is Bill Patrick, filling in for Roland Hinckley. Bill is a writer, an editor, and a former publishing executive.
And on my left is Frank Stewart, known in the entertainment field as Paco. He is truly a virtuoso of verbosity.
Wow.
Whoa.
Thank you and welcome, Mr. Patrick. We are delighted to have you with all our other panelists here today. So, welcome to What's My Line. Let's see what we can do with our first contestant. Will you please come right over and sign in, please? Mike? Mike Rosenblatt. Mike, where are you from?
Lincoln, Massachusetts.
Lincoln, Massachusetts. Well, welcome. Please come. Have a seat right here.
Thank you.
You have seen our panel. They're thrilled to have you here. They're going to try their best to guess what your line is. We will pause right now while we show the studio audience and those at home exactly what your line is. Taves.
And Mr. Rosenblatt, are you involved? Did they say it was a salaried service that you,
Yes,
Yes.
I
You
should
did.
have added that, and that's exactly correct. A
Okay.
salaried service.
and do you perform this service mostly indoors?
Yes.
And would you say you have an office or a place you work from?
Yes.
And do people come to you to get your service?
Yes.
And would your service be considered fun to take part in? Would it be a fun thing that you provide?
For me,
Is it fun
Yes.
for you? Is it fun for the client or the customer?
it's necessary.
It's necessary. Is that what he said? Okay.
But you got 4 in a row. You get to try to guess what his line is right away.
A career coach? Questions?
You're okay till you get a solid no.
Well, do you get people to see their own potential?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go.
All right, so people come to you, and it's somewhat, is this a hands-on type of service that you provide?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. It's primarily in your office. So you touch the person sometimes?
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Is this something that you would consider, well, it's in the coaching, is it also it would be considered partly in the medical field?
Yes.
Yes. Are you, I'm going to make a guess. Are you a chiropractor?
No.
No.
That's,
I just had that
that's a
feeling.
big 2 down and 8 to go.
So do you provide your service equally for both sexes or for men and women?
Yes.
And is your service geared more towards adults or toward younger, or towards adults?
Adults.
Okay. And do you use any tools in the delivery of this service, devices of any sort?
Yes.
Do those devices require electricity?
Sometimes.
Do the devices, do you touch people with the devices?
Yes.
Do you touch people often with the devices?
Yes.
Do you focus on a particular part of your clients' bodies?
No.
That is 3 down and 7 to go.
Must your clients remove some portion of their clothing?
Yes.
Do you have an advanced degree?
Yes.
Is it a degree that takes 4 years or more to obtain?
Yes.
Probably more years than you'd like.
Are you a physician? Are you a physician of some sort?
Yes.
All right. Electrical,
is that it?
electrical.
You're doing well, panel, but
Well,
we need
an answer.
specifics.
All right. You are a physician using electricity. Are you a neurologist?
No.
That's 4 down and 6 to go.
Not urologist.
No.
So your service will improve the health of the person who comes to you?
That's the intent.
Do you need special clothing to perform this service?
I'd be in trouble if I didn't have it. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're mandated by law, maybe. I won't ask that question. Must the person that you're servicing be either sitting down or lying down or standing up when you perform
That's,
this?
That's everything.
Okay. Any
Mr.
of those,
Basic.
yes to any of those?
Yes to any of those. Yes.
So I can narrow it
Yes.
down. So must they be lying down?
Wow.
They're usually lying down.
They're usually lying down. Are they conscious when you're doing the service?
Sometimes.
And let's see, if they're conscious. So they're sometimes not aware of the service being done to them?
Yes.
Yes. So are you a surgeon of some kind?
Yes.
Yes. Do you deal with a body part above the neck?
Sure you do. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yes. Yes.
So you're not limited to one, are you not limited to one part of the body?
Correct.
So you're a general surgeon. Are you a general surgeon?
Yes.
And is that what you are?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
But we need
Closer.
a little bit more specificity.
Okay. Are you a plastic surgeon?
No.
Well, that is 5 down, we have 5 left to go.
All right, so as a surgeon, where you provide the service to multiple areas of the patient's body, first of all, is this is your work done in an office versus a hospital?
It's not a question.
No,
Is it in-
no, that's
is it
it.
in
Could you
office?
rephrase that, please?
Is your work done in an office rather than a hospital?
No.
And that
So
is
does
6
that mean
down,
it's
we
done in
have
Means
4
it's in a
left to go,
hospital.
Patty, you're getting close, come on.
Surgery in a hospital.
Do you work on an emergency basis with your clients?
Yes.
Do you work in an emergency room?
Sometimes.
And do you focus on particular organs?
No.
Okay, no.
Thought
Okay.
you had it there for a minute, Ms. McKay, but that's 7 down and just 3 left to go.
Are your services covered by health insurance?
Yes.
Hopefully so.
Let's see, hospital surgeon.
So emergency too.
Are you an emergency room physician?
No.
Okay. Can't figure
Are you a specialist in your,
I got
in
it.
Was
your
that a
field?
no?
Yeah, that was a no. I'm not an emergency room physician.
Okay, all right.
Ah,
I don't know, that's why I asked my question.
That is, thank you.
You're welcome.
8 down, we have 2 left to go.
Are you a specialist in surgery? I know you do general surgery, but do you specialize in something that not everyone can do?
Yes.
You do. And it's not, okay, it's not just above the shoulders, it's not just below. Do you work on appendages of human bodies as well?
As well.
Like hands and feet?
Yes.
You do. Okay. And you said something about being in an emergency situation. So that is most of the time you're dealing from that aspect?
Yes.
Which could have confused
Yeah.
the panel. Not specifically in the emergency room.
So it's an elective
Urgent.
surgery more than, it can also be an elective situation, not, it cannot be an elective surgery.
Not for the purposes of the way I'm presenting myself.
Okay, great. So I gotta know.
There's a no.
Yeah,
All right, so
that
it's up to
is
me.
9 down, and we have just 1 left to.
Just to review, adults, not children, men and women,
Yes.
On an emergency basis, not in an emergency room necessarily,
Yes,
but in a hospital, not in a private office.
yes,
You got a lot of yeses there, but I didn't make any progress.
Tough one.
There are devices used. Wow.
They're close.
they're close.
I'm going to pass to Coco.
Oh, darn.
Oh, Gary, that is unfair. All right.
Mr. Rogers, I have never seen you do that.
The
I
devices,
felt I did my job by doing the reiteration.
Yes.
the devices that you
Focus.
use in your practice in these emergency situations, would I be strong enough to pick one up?
Yes,
And are the devices something that need to be cleaned after each use?
yes. Unless we throw them out.
Excuse me?
Unless we throw them out.
Aha, okay. You throw them out sometimes. Do you often throw them out?
Some of the devices we throw out.
Do you use an abundance of devices in the delivery of this service?
Yes,
Do nurses help you in the delivery of this service?
yes.
Is there a lot of blood?
Yes, could be, yes.
There are a lot of yeses.
Does it have to do with the heart?
No,
And we're gonna flip over the
Done.
last card. You are
Done.
so
I'm
close.
still not there.
Very difficult for the panel to get this specifically. It's almost a blend of what he does. But Dr. Rosenblatt
that's in Burlington.
is deals in trauma services at Leahy Hospital in Burlington, Massachusetts.
Trauma
services.
services, all right.
So that's different than being in an emergency room doctor. What's the difference? I'm sure there
Emergency
is.
room doctor specializes in emergency medicine. They take care of sore throats and heart attacks, and a trauma surgeon
Just trauma.
does trauma, but where I do my operating is not in the emergency room. I operate in the operating room.
Oh, that's,
So you're the
I
next
just
step
learned a lot
after someone
today.
has been
After-
prepared
off the
because of the
motorcycle.
emergency.
Well-
No.
And they
don't
call
say
you
that.
in probably specifically
Got it.
at any time to do this, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Trauma
I was defeated on a
surgeon.
technicality.
Dr. Rosenblatt, we thank you.
I hope I
so
never have to
sincerely
meet you.
for
Thank
taking
you.
your time this morning, coming in and meeting with us.
This was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Never would have gotten it. I was trying to guess based on your appearance, too.
Way off.
It was either over or under.
Hope I never meet you again.
Now we come to the special feature of our program, where we have the appearance of our mystery guest. And for that, obviously, our panel will be totally blindfolded. Would you put your blindfolds on, please, panel? And I would request the audience, when the mystery guest appears, please do not say their name or anything to do with who they might be, so that we give our panel too much of a cue on who they're trying to guess.
Into the ER and doctors meet that person.
And would our mystery guest please enter the studio and sign in right over here?
Well,
Please enter and sign in right here.
so one question is all we
Yeah.
I can't write down anything.
get. You could, you just couldn't read it. Couldn't see it.
And mystery guest, where are you from?
I am from Waltham, Mass.
Waltham, Mass. Please, delighted to have you here. Please. Enter. Come right over here and sit down with me. You have seen our panel right over here. You know how we keep score on What's My Line. But for our mystery guest, we have different line of questioning. As the panel knows, they ask one question at a time. then pass it to their left. And for this mystery guest, we're going to begin with Mr. Rogers.
Do you get to tell us whether this person's involved in a service or a product?
Yes, I'm sorry. I would be happy to do that.
That will help me.
They are, Our mystery guest is salaried and provides a product.
Mystery guest, did you once live, now you're from Waltham now, but did you once live in Ipswich?
No.
That is 1 down and 9 to go.
Mystery guest, might we have seen you on TV in some capacity?
Maybe.
What?
Mystery
That's
guest
not a yes or a
answered
no.
maybe.
Does that mean I get a second question?
No.
So let me explain
You each
that
get one.
to you, Ms. McKay. What the mystery guest is struggling with, whether you personally may have seen him on TV. He's a very honest individual, so what he's suggesting is, while he has been on TV, you may or may not have seen him.
Gotcha. So he has been on TV. The answer was yes. Okay,
Yes.
great. Next.
Royal we.
For me, is your product something that is consumed?
Yes.
Is your product in any way an entertaining product? Something that would entertain us?
Yes.
Most definitely.
So entertaining, consumed, is your product something that is edible?
No.
That is 2 down, and we have 8 to go.
Is your product something that could catch fire?
Wow. That's a very, very interesting question. Our mystery guest could answer that however they chose to, but I will say yes.
Yeah, I'll give it a good maybe.
Does your product in its usual sales format cost more than $10?
Yes.
And would I be sitting down as I avail myself of your product?
Sometimes.
Although, throughout the service of this product, you might find it incumbent upon yourself to be very, very self-motivated and stand up.
Is this a product that's consumed then by the mind? Not ingested, but
I would have to say yes.
The mind, the heart, and the soul.
Does your product involve music?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Patrick.
Does it involve music? Is it the sale of musical instruments?
No.
That's 3 down and 7 left to go.
Mr. Guest, are you yourself a performer of some kind?
Yes.
all right, Mr. Guest, you've performed on television. It is music, but it's a product, and the product is the product music. Your music.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you a singer?
Yes.
Most definitely.
May I guess?
Yes.
Are you Orville Giddings?
No.
Good guess.
He's from Waltham.
Good guess.
Well,
4 down, 6 to go.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. So you're a singer. Do you have a specific kind of a costume when you perform that would tell us, we would know what you were doing if we saw you in this costume? I mean,
Yes.
we would know, yeah. Okay, good.
Are you younger than 60 years of age?
Yes.
Are you an Elvis impersonator?
Wow. Yes, I
Take
am.
off your blindfolds. Very. Mike Slater, I would like to introduce.
Wow.
You can check him out on his
I'm
website.
checking him
but-
out.
But Mike is literally one of the top Elvis impersonators in the world.
No way.
Thank you.
He's very, very
just shake
well
his
known. He's spectacular. As a singer myself, I was just blown away with his website, what he does for Elvis, who is one of my all-time favorites. And oh my gosh, we just thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
your time to be here,
Can you
Mike,
perform for
and
us
sharing
How
with
about a
us.
song?
Could we hear a little something?
Please introduce yourself. Shake hands with each one of you.
Oh, I have a song.
Thank you.
Mike, nice meeting you. That's tremendous.
Can you sing before you go?
They always want me to sing.
Let's do it.
Let's.
Go for it.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Thank you.
We now are pleased to have our final contestant on this episode of What's My Line. Would you please enter and sign in?
I will. All right, back to the hard work.
Kim McGuire. And Kim, where are you from?
I live in Ipswich.
Live in Ipswich. We're delighted to have you. You've met the panel. Please come right over, have a seat. We will now go back to the regular line of questioning for our final contestant, and we will begin with the person who ended our last round. Please, Ms. McCabe.
Great. Can you tell us first if this is a service or a product?
Oh, I sure can, because I've missed that every single time so far. I'm trying to be consistent. Ms. McGuire deals in a service and is salaried.
Salary service.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming. Does your service, is it directed towards animals?
No.
That's one down already, and 9 to go.
Is it directed toward people?
Yes.
Salaried service directed toward people. Do they enjoy it?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go.
Do you touch the people you serve?
No.
Lots of no's.
That's 3 down.
Whoa.
As a matter of fact, I do believe there would be considerable issues if you touched the people
Yes.
that you served.
Men as well as women,
Yes.
adults as well as children,
Yes.
and the answer was you do not touch the people?
Yes.
Okay, so it's an unenjoyable experience, but at least you're not touching them. Does it take an advanced degree for you to be qualified for this service?
No.
We may have confused you with the unenjoyable part. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if we perambulate around that, without the extraneous ideas that you place of your own mind that limits your perception of what our contestant said, that it may deal with the circumstance that at times can be not enjoyable, but we have it on very good authority that our contestant is excellent in her position and provides a very, very valuable service.
Do you have an office in Ipswich?
No.
That's 4 down, and we have 6 left to go.
Is your service law enforcement?
Should I say sometimes or yes? Yes.
She may look at it a little bit differently than I do, but I would say a definite yes to that.
Do you work in,
He gets to keep
oh, I'm
going.
sorry, you got a yes.
Oh, I get to go.
Go ahead.
Two seconds.
Do you encounter the customer for your service after an infraction has occurred?
Yes.
Is the customer for your service often someone who has run afoul of the law?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Is your service part of the judicial process?
Yes.
Are you a parole officer?
No.
That is good guess, but 5 down and 5 to go.
Do you work mostly for a municipal government
Yes.
on the North Shore
Yes.
in Ipswich?
No.
That's 6 down and 4 to go.
So you don't have an office. Are you typically out of doors when you're performing your service?
No.
That is 7 down and 3 left to go.
Do you use any machines or tools in providing your service?
Yes.
Do you use a computer?
Yes.
Do you check people's fingerprints?
No.
That's 8 down, and we have 2 left to go, panel.
Does your service involve mental health?
Ooh.
Sometimes.
Does your service involve evaluating the mental health of someone who's run afoul of the law?
It could.
Are they willing participants?
Not always.
Yes. Sometimes, not always.
So sometimes this is a court-ordered engagement with you.
Sometimes.
Pass.
Pass too, Debbie.
Are you, the people you service are mandated to have time with you
That's a tricky question.
Sometimes.
as a
I
health?
would say overall, no.
I would say overall, no.
Okay.
Card.
Oh, hey! Good job.
Oh, no.
I told you she was sharp.
Don't tell me this.
That's
I
9
get the
down,
last
just 1 to go.
I'm not getting there. So involved with law enforcement in one of the municipalities on the North Shore, involved in computers.
Mental health.
Say job. Is there any type of a product involved with the service when you're performing it?
No.
No. Geez.
No, and that is 10. We have gone through all the cards, panel. I would like to introduce you to the dispatcher for the Hamilton Police
Wow.
Department. We're thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for doing that. Take care of me about that.
That was hard.
Thank you for coming in. That was,
That was like another one that was sort of like that.
Panel, you were very, very close.
No.
Now I would just say, for myself, for all the panel today, you've been a wonderful studio audience, and for those of you at home, we always enjoy having you with us on this series of What My Line, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a good day.